Hello, my name is Adolfo and this is Life Adolfo. Today, I'm going to give you my honest review on the BIR here in Cebu, the one in between Ayala Mall and IT Park. And the reason I want to make this review is because when I go look at places on Google Maps, I do look at the reviews, I do look at everything, and if I have an option, I might go to another location. With the BIR, I don't have an option. It was 83 reviews as of right now with a 2.5 star out of 5 stars. Now, do I agree with some of the reviews? Yes, but I don't give it the stars that they give. One of the reviews is the waiting game on a counter and being told that you're doing things or there's something that is wrong with your form and you have to go back to your location, come back, you advance to the next counter, and next thing you know, they tell you that there's something else wrong. And then you have to go back, come back, and if you go to another counter and they tell you there's something wrong. Did we encounter that? Yes, we encountered that. But like I said, I didn't feel like it was a bad review. It's just a learning experience. I understand that each counter has a certain thing that they're looking for, and we have to go fix it. At one point, we went 5 consecutive days because of things that we made a mistake and they told us it was a mistake, or things that we had to go look for and we had to come back. I don't have a problem with that. We met somebody that has a bookkeeper and they're paying 2,500 pesos per month. For me, I'd rather go learn everything right away and then do it myself. I have my significant other my wife, and she seemed reluctant at the beginning, maybe fear on doing the taxes. Now she does the taxes in 30 minutes, which saves a lot of time. You don't have to worry about the bookkeeper. You don't have to worry about all these. And now that you are used to doing these things, it's easier. And I believe that that's better learned than take everything as a negative thing because you're doing over and over because you want to expedite everything. And next thing you know, the following time you do it, you have to go relearn everything. So I don't give them a bad review on that. The second thing is the waiting game, the line. For me, we encountered the first time maybe a line, but after that, we didn't encounter a line. Why? Because we got there early. 8 a.m. is when they open. 8 a.m. is when we were there. I like to do everything early. I like to minimize the time that I'm at a location. So I wake up early and I go to that location. Usually there's between 5 people and 15 people waiting. The first counter, all 15 people wait. They give you a ticket and they send you to the correct counter that you have to go to. On that counter, now it reduces because out of those 15 people, it might be 0 to 3, 4 people going to that specific counter if you go there early. For me, I didn't find it as a negative thing. By the way, I am a foreigner. My wife is the person in charge of the business, but I go with her to all these places, the business places, and try to learn. What does the foreigner have to do with this? Is that I've been traveling, I've been waiting in lines all these times. I'm from the US. We have a DMV that sometimes you have to wait between 10 minutes to 3 hours standing. 10 minutes to 2 hours standing and then 1 additional hour sitting. I crossed the border from Mexico to the US a lot of times and I have to wait between 15 minutes to 3 to 4 hours standing. I don't have complaint on the waiting. If I know there's people in front of me, I'm patient as long as that the queue is being followed. On a certain area of the BIR, I noticed that it was not being followed. People were just jumping in and asking questions. I'm not sure if they were there before me and they just went out and came back and they had to do something very quick, but I didn't really like it because they were cutting in my queue. That's the only negative part that I have. Now, for the biggest pros is like I said, I don't want to pay for a bookkeeper. I'd rather learn, make my little YouTube videos, and talk about the things that I learned. The two ladies that helped us, they were very helpful. They guided us the correct way. They told us how many forms we had to do. They gave us the paperwork on all the forms that we had to do, the time that they were they're due, the time that you could start them, and how to do them. Go back and they'll teach us how to do them. And for me, like I said, I didn't want to pay for a bookkeeper, and this was very helpful. We had to go multiple times because we made mistakes, yes, to verify that the form was correct. Once the form is correct, the following month, we already have a copy of how to do a step-by-step on how to do the taxes. And for me, I appreciate that. I appreciated all that help, meaning that for me, the review of the BIR was very helpful. The lady, if you go to the first counter on the left side, she was the most helpful for us. She has a little office over there. The other help that she gave us that I appreciated, and I'm gonna give an example first. I had a baby here. I had to go to the field house. The lady was telling me things, but not completing everything. Meaning she was telling me to do certain things, but she was thinking everything in her head, assuming that I could probably read her mind. And she was not helpful. And sometimes I go with my wife and they start talking in Visaya or Tagalog, even though I'm the person asking the question. And later on, I don't get all the information. With that lady, she explained everything to my wife. She turned around and explained everything to me in English. And for me, that's a big thumbs up. Why? Because she acknowledged that I didn't know. And she also acknowledged that I wanted to learn to do the things. And I appreciate that. Out of all the individuals there, she was the most helpful. The other lady, like I mentioned, I don't know her name. I just know she's in counter 1 or 2. She was also very helpful to us. And those are the two individuals that were the ones that were guiding us the most. And with that being said, my BIR review, I have to give, if not a 5, a 4.5 because they were helpful. Everything is structured for you to start, go wait in the line, go to the receptionist, she takes you to the right counter, and from there you work on. Imagine if there was no receptionist and you're just running around wondering which counter, and they're just sending you to each counter. So I have to give it that it's organized. Even though we may not appreciate because we have to be sent back, you have to remember each counter is focused on a specific item. There's lines, it depends at what time you arrive. And you could look at the reviews, you're gonna, something about the TIN number, I didn't understand that one because we didn't encounter those things. So I cannot give you the bad reviews, in my opinion, if we didn't encounter those things. Or I saw those things and I saw if there was a pro or con on those areas. Of course, if you're an older person or pregnant, you get head of the line, which is good. And that's it. That's all I got. Thank you. Thank you for watching.